Welcome to the future of fanfiction with my co-host Hyena. With a little bit of base text, we get a magical piece of fiction. Go on, Hyena.
Man Garfield strutted sensually over his owner of 41 years.
Lasagna isn't the only thing I want, John.
John's eyes widened and his pee-pee twitched.
You can say it, it's okay.
Does your litter box need cleaning? Is that what you want?
No, John.
Garfield purred, leaning in to invade John's no-no zone.
I just realized that in 41 years of being your bestie fucking, I haven't allowed you to jerk me off.
Garfield, you dongus! John gagged on his tongue and kicked Garfield as hard as he could in the balls. Garfield, please stop. Please, John begged. Please stop.
John, you old bastard, I only ask once a year.
Garfield called back. Fuck you, Garfield. John stomped back to his crappy apartment. He sat down in his puke green beanbag chair, pinched the bridge of his nose, and scratched his chin with his right hand, making a sad, sad face. Garfield groaned and threw the pillow he was using for a pillow.
Maniacally.
Thank you. John blushed and turned away, but continued making the sad face. Garfield quickly put his paws over his face to hide the tears. Come on, Garfield, John pleaded, rolling over and propping himself up. Spit it out. What's the matter? Garfield wiped his eyes and opened his mouth. He tried to say something, but nothing came out, and he just stared at his friend with his empty little mouth.
Why won't you fuck me, John?
He finally whispered as he screamed, staring intently at John. John stared back at him. The guilt hit him full force. I'm so sorry, Garfield.
You shouldn't have said that.
Garfield responded, almost inaudibly.
That was just the most hurtful thing anyone's ever said to me.
I know, Garfield, John said sadly. I'm sorry.
Why can't we just be friends?
Garfield finally asked. Because you're gay, John answered, meaning every word.
Yeah.
Garfield said, sighing.
That's why I'm mad at you. Why don't we get married?
Garfield wistfully suggested. You want me to get married? John echoed, perplexed. I didn't think you'd be on board with that sort of thing.
I'm sorry. Oh, wait.
It's not a...
I think that's...
I'm sorry. Yeah, didn't say...
It's not a thing. We just want to get married. Oh, no. That's you.
It's not a thing. We just want to get married, Garfield.
We?
Garfield was confused, but he said nothing. John felt terrible, which of course made him start crying. He couldn't help it. He went over to the couch, sitting and putting his head in his hands. Garfield, John repeated a few minutes later.
Oh, it's no big deal, John. We can just elope.
Garfield said.
Really? We don't have to...
It's the only option I'm willing to take, John said. Garfield sat down beside him.
I don't know what to say, John. You're the only person I've ever cared about. The only person who's ever cared about me. And I'm not even sure if I can look at you right now. I mean, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm even saying this. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. We're gonna die. I know we are.
John gripped Garfield's paw with his own. Fucking furry. He looked into those blue eyes. Garfield, it's me. It's going to be okay. There's something I have to tell you.
Yes.
I need to tell you, I love you. Garfield clutched his jaw in surprise, then put his head in his hands. John held his gaze, showing his love for him one last time. The Weasleys watched on in silence.
I don't want to die.
Garfield said, at last.
Not with you here. I don't want to die without saying to you, I love you, Jon, and you're my best friend in the world, and I know you love me back. I know I was a shit for waiting so long to say that, but the thing is, I love you so much I just couldn't keep waiting, and I didn't really have a choice, you know? If I'd had said it before, we wouldn't be here today. It's not like you weren't supposed to die before me, but you didn't. You managed to save life for a whole year, and you're still here. If you hadn't stayed alive, I wouldn't have said it. I love you, Jon, and you're my best friend in the world, and I know you love me back. I know I was fucking shit for waiting so long to say that, but the thing is, I love you so much, I just couldn't keep waiting, and I didn't really have a choice of fucking hell. Uh, here we go. It's not like you weren't suave about it, you were perfectly subtle, but you're the best. Oh my god, this is fucking long. There are only a couple people in the world for whom I can be completely myself, and you are one of them. I'm telling you now because I don't want there to be any secrets between us. I want you to know how I feel. So if you don't want to say anything back to me, then I understand. And if you do, that's just great because I have a feeling you want to say it again and again. And I'll want to say it again and again.
He shouldn't have worried. A moment later, Garfield casually spun around and nested his body into Jon's lap.
The end.
Oh, well.